Hey everyone! In this video, I'm going to tell you about JavaScript template literals. So let's dive right in. Template literals are string literals allowing embedded expressions. You can use multi-line strings, string interpolation, and other cool features with them. So suppose we want to print a string, something like you are cool, awesome. But suppose I want to print this cool and awesome in separate lines. We can definitely do that with a /n here. And I also want to have cool and awesome in quotes. For that, we need to escape the single quote character with a backslash so that it knows it's not a special character here. Now, this works fine, but the syntax, it's really ugly, and looking at this, it's extremely hard to visualize the final output. Now that's where the template literals come into the picture, which works as a syntactic sugar here. So it starts with the grave accent, or what's called the backtick, that's present on the left side of key 1 on the keyboard. Now, I can put my text in between, and the cool thing is I can just print it on separate lines. Cool and awesome. I can also have multiple lines in between here. And I don't need to escape these quotes anymore. So it's written in the exact same way as its output. Another cool feature about template literals is the expression interpolation. For example, I declare two variables here, a equals 45 and b equals 20. Now, if I have a string here, the sum of a and b is, and I put a $sign here and a set of curly braces. Now, these curly braces can hold any valid JavaScript expressions as 1 plus 2, or I use here a plus b. And the results gets embedded into this string. We can also have some function here like window.alert, and we get undefined here. That's because this function basically returned undefined, but we also got this alert box, which shows that this function actually got executed. The next thing I want to talk about is tag template literals. That is, passing the template literal into a function. So suppose I have a template literal, let string equal the numbers are, so I create a function here called something like my function, which I'm going to define in a second, and I put the name of the function here in front of my literal, my function. Now, what this does is it takes all the values from this literal and pass it as the arguments to this function. Now, the first argument is going to be an array of all the words in this string here. The other parameters are these variables here. So value 1 will have the value of this first variable, value 2 for the second, and so on. And I can basically do anything from these values. So I just log them out to the console. Now, it's quite useful in a situation where you don't have much idea about the data which you're getting, like from a server, and you want to extract these values from inside. Now, one more thing I can do here is I can use the spread operator, like these 3 dots here. So what it does is basically takes all the values and pass it as an array to this function. So if I console.log, the values. You can see we have an array of our values here. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one.